Well, thank you for joining us, both.
Lovely to
Thanks
be
for
here
coming
with you.
along.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
So this show revolves around one big lie. I looked into some statistics, and 60% of people lie on a job application.
Do they?
They do.
Have you?
Well, but maybe fluffed or slightly,
Yeah.
We're talking about, lying about your Excel abilities, etc.
Yeah.
Have you?
Like Rachel Reeves.
Stop it! Making it political.
I didn't mean it.
Oh.
I just read it somewhere.
It's your one line for every
lowered
question
the
answer.
tone.
I read it. Someone told me.
Have you ever kind of, inflated the truth to get a role?
So that you can ride a horse and speak Russian?
Though I have to say, of your friend, Vicar of Dibley.
Yes, Emma Chambers.
Emma Chambers.
Yeah.
I did something with her way back, and one of the scenes was she sends me, gets on a date, and we go off with each other, and we go horse riding, and we have to sit back behind her, and then she goes, oh, and I go like that, and I say, oh, I'm so sorry. And she says, no, leave him, that's fine. And I said, oh, it's quite nice, and all of that. And she, the very morning of the filming of that, she announced that she's massively allergic to horses.
She's allergic to all animals.
But why didn't she? So we had to then get, bless her, we had to get a stunt double for the
Stunt horse.
rider. No,
Fake horse.
and we had to put a saddle on the fence and sit on the fence going and do the dialogue like that. It was
Well, can you imagine that she didn't mention she was allergic to animals when there was an episode called The Animal Service, where all the animals had to come into the church.
What? Yes, I remember that now.
And this was her face at the end of it. That was her face. After
So she didn't learn then?
completely.
She didn't learn?
But she was trying to be willing. I think she just thought, oh, I can't keep claiming this. I've just got to go for it. Come on, bring on the parrots.
That's how
and
allergies work.
squirrels. And I sort of rubbed them on my face. And then she just completely blew up, bless her.
Oh, God.
Anyway.
Poor old
Well,
sausage.
as we're talking about Dibley, there's a bit of a Dibley dynasty in this show because the writer is the son.
Yeah, correct.
Of the writer
Sorry,
of
yes.
Vicar of Dibley. We read that you were sort of, you said, no more sitcoms for me, I've got these nice scripts through, but no thank you. But then this one, why was this one different?
Well, partly because Paul Mayhew Archer bullied me.
Okay.
Who is Simon's dad, who I had worked with, as you say, before. And he has Parkinson's disease. And he wrote to me a couple of years ago, sent me an email and said, I know I'm not supposed to do this. I'm supposed to go via your agent, but I'm too old now and I don't care and I've got Parkinson's. And you should look at this script. My son's written a script. And I did fill me with dread, I have to say, because I just thought, oh no, I'm going to have to read it now. I'm going to have to write polite notes about it. And I really was reluctant, and more for me, because it was really, really good.
Yeah.
And look, he's got form. He hadn't written anything before, I don't think,
Right.
but he had produced lots of really good comedy. And, his dad is in it. It's kind of, it's in the blood, I think, completely. And also it meant that we had Paul on standby as well,
Yes.
at one step removed.
It's interesting, the Parkinson's angle of it. I didn't know that he had Parkinson's because, it handles the subject, quite a heavy subject, very tastefully. We were talking about how Brits, we love to laugh at things and kind of, the heavy stuff.
But that's exactly what happens that's what Paul is like.
Yeah.
And what he did a very charming documentary called Living with Parkinson's, where you just followed him around and he wasn't massively, fairly symptomatic, because you get about 4 or 5 years apparently for free, as it were. And he was, going to clubs and mucking about and talking about his chocolate addiction and making light of it in a way that William, does in the show.
Yeah.
And sometimes using it to manipulate other people, which is always a good angle. Exactly that.
Yeah.
The line is very. Maybe you're saying it's a British thing almost.
Well, we can't take anything seriously, right?
No.
Yeah.
But I do think that portrayal of a person with an illness, people taking care of someone with an illness, but having both the light and shade.
Yeah.
For me, I think it's quite a realistic
Well, and there's a lot of
presentation.
sort of gallows humour in this.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think when you see Simon and Paul together, they're pretty savage
Yes,
with each other.
extraordinarily.
And I
Wow.
think that's what helps. They haven't changed their sort of robust repartee that they have with each other just because his dad's got Parkinson's.
Yeah.
That
Right.
in fact they've seen it as an opportunity
Yeah.
to be even more brutal.
I mean, he might say, "Come on, get out the seat," and then he's got,
Stop
it's suddenly
shaking.
oh, for goodness sake! Oh, look at me! It's sort of they do. That's what they do.
Yeah.
And it's gallows humour. It's like
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. And you might think that's remarkable, but I bet it isn't.
No, I
no.
actually lost my grandfather to Parkinson's, and
Yeah.
it is that thing of like, life, we have to go on and we have to, in the British way,
Yeah.
kind of laugh and
Yeah.
get through these things. On that note, we like to ask our audience like big questions around film and TV, and something we asked was, who is the most famous person who's only famous in the UK? And that was off the back of the Robbie Williams film that came out.
Where he was a monkey.
And
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't see that film. I
and the
want to.
third place was Ronnie Pickering.
Oh,
And so your
Oh
joke
my god!
in that landed so well with us.
Yeah, good.
And I wanted to ask, like, what was your favourite kind of gag from this?
Oh my goodness! That was a good moment, Ronnie Pickering, because the name is so odd, and if you don't know who Ronnie Pickering is, it is mystifying
Yes, it is.
why that name would mean something, and
I
because
didn't
she
know. I didn't know. I
confuses
had
it
no
with
idea.
Ronnie
Yeah.
Biggs, doesn't she? And kind of just gets the great train.
I love
robbery
those
mixed
circular.
in.
I wanted to do a bit more of that about cross-purpose. Ronnie who? No, Ronnie who? No, not the Who.
Misunderstanding.
Yes.
But just where you just go down rabbit holes of misunderstandings and
And that is a very
Mishearings.
relatable
Yes.
family dynamic, isn't it?
totally. My wife's
Especially-
dad, was heard to say it's a deaf joke, but someone saying, "Oh, apparently she married a Romanian," and he piped up from the corner, "Married a Sylvanian." It's just very funny to mishear things and misunderstand,
Yeah.
which is the basis of comedy, isn't it? It's things going wrong.
If Ronnie Pickering was third,
Yes.
who was second
Yes.
and first?
Second was Claudia Winkleman, and first
That
wa-
people in America wouldn't know.
well, I mean,
Or
look,
people
this is
outside
who
of
the
them.
people voted for. We're
Yeah,
not the
okay.
people.
Yeah, no, I understand. I understand.
And then first was Robbie Williams.
Which kind of broke the game because he inspired I don't think people understood the game because that
Yeah.
was the jumping off point, and then
Yeah.
they just picked him.
Yeah,
But,
I see.
What are you going to do?
Okay.
Yeah.
I think the game needs to have clearer rules.
yeah.
Well,
in the
you know,
future,
we'll feed
maybe.
that back.
Yeah.
Don't blame the game.
Yeah.
Blame the players.
Yeah.
Just jumping back to the Parkinson's element, how did you, when playing William, sort of approach that physically and in the performance?
Well, as we went along and watching his documentary and reading about it and speaking to Simon, and he was very good. He was on set around, so you could say your hands are too flexible, because, and you need to shuffle a bit more when you're walking there, and it's just to remind us. And you have to remember what I'm doing is very early days Parkinson's, but still enough. I mean, wetting himself, that's not
Yeah.
particularly funny, and
And getting stuck in the bath and,
Yeah.
just as
moments that were...
a horrible but not milked.
But, people with Parkinson's, as you may well know, don't get their health insurance. So I
yeah.
did not know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a sort of moral justification for the fraud.
Absolutely.
that
And when
ensues.
that comes in, that really makes it a point of kind of,
Particularly when she later on says that she spent.
oh, the background's gone.
Oh no,
We're in
not the lovely
space.
background. We're in darkness. Dawn, this is fun for me. You gave my brother his degree.
Did I?
Yes,
From Falmouth?
At Falmouth, yeah.
What course was he on?
I'm not that good of a brother, to be honest with you.
You don't know your own brother's
something
course.
creative.
So you don't really love your brother.
I went there. I went to Falmouth.
Did you?
Yeah.
We're back.
I
Did
saw
I not give you your degree then?
We've got
I
2
went
minutes
to
to wrap
York.
up.
sadly.
Oh, you went to Falmouth to what?
To see him get his.
But
yeah.
you didn't go to Falmouth to do your own
No, no,
degree.
no.
Okay.
We have 2 minutes.
Oh, okay. Look,
But
I
want
think
to
this is
maybe
worth
talk about
digging.
that
Yeah.
because anybody who gets a degree at Falmouth also gets a chocolate coin. Just saying it.
I was
And also
making the.
saying
I was
that I'm
trying
talking
to
louder
talk.
than you.
I was going to say. When she says that she's going to spend the money
Yes.
on nice things for nice poor people and you know helping people out who can't afford things, which makes you just go, no, well, maybe she isn't a criminal after all.
Yeah.
Which is even a bit dubious, but at least it gives it a bit of something, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt
No,
you.
and she also feels righteous. Is that the right word? She just feels that, or rightful maybe, anger about it. And when this odd moment presents itself, she just jumps into that opportunity, and I like that.
Yeah.
It's sort of sliding doors moment, isn't it? But once you're in that you can't extricate yourself from it. And I love the series. I mean, I think Simon had to think very hard about how to pull this off. I mean, the stuff in the funeral home, it is very lucky that this is what's happened. They've already mucked it up.
Yeah.
And so, that's, everything just falls into place, and you think, oh, come on.
And you're trying to have Parkinson's.
Yes, and
That was one of my favourite scenes, by the
Funniest
way.
scene. Oh my god.
That was brilliant.
So funny.
Oh dear.
So,
I
so
did
funny.
have to have the reins on a couple of times, which I didn't expect, actually. Simon Mayhew Arch would just go, just take it down. Okay.
I thought you were talking about physical reins. I'm assuming you mean metaphorical.
The comedy rein.
That's only in breaks that she goes on the lead.
That
I've been
makes
known
sense.
to go overboard, unfortunately, as a massive show off.
It's so lovely to have a show like this, like kind of comedy being back. You guys were in the kind of golden ages of comedy, in our opinion. And there was a bit of a lull. We're seeing kind of comedy like Motherland and Manderland, this show, this country kind of come back. What do you think about kind of that lull? And, why do you think there was
there
that?
nothing going on in the lull?
I think that there was a move away from maybe investing in comedy.
Yeah. I
Like,
think that
like
might
classic
be right.
sitcoms
When
like
was
this.
the lull?
When we weren't on the
Yeah.
TV.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what she's politely saying.
I think there have been some very good things. I have to say,
They have.
sorry,
Not a
A
lot of,
mix.
not a lot of money spent on
That's-
things, I think,
Yes.
including on writers. So, I think people backed off a little bit or made things very simply or whatever. But not that that's a bad thing. Sometimes you're working within certain boundaries, it, helps you to think a bit harder. But certainly we were massively spoilt back in
Yeah.
the...
Oh God! I mean, like
Younger
Green Wing,
days.
we had 2 months just with writers mucking about, getting into character, finding ideas, and then 2 weeks filming, 1 week rehearsal, 2 weeks filming, 1 week, and they even let the program be as long as it wanted. They even cut a whole in one episode. They cut a whole ad break on Channel 4 just to say, go on then.
Wow.
That's the dream.
Well, that's the big difference, I think.
And of course, I suppose I come from a sketch background, which you do as well.
A bit.
Actually. And
Oh God, they're expensive, aren't
They're
they?
really expensive. Gosh, I remember going to the John Plowman at the BBC and just saying, "Look, we want to do these two fat guys. They're extremely misogynistic, but we want to. So we need fat suits, but we also need prosthetics." He said, "Well, we've got any scripts?" I said, "No, can you just pay for them and we'll do it." And they had the faith in us to do that, and so you can play.
favourites.
Then
That was one
you
of
can
my
play if
favourites.
somebody's got
Yeah.
some faith in you.
That was so good.
We actually did that to the television when the Queen was on.
Did you?
Yeah, that was wrong.
I don't mind.
I
don't
did
mind.
laugh at it, but it was wrong. You shouldn't be hunting
She
the
wouldn't have
Queen.
known.
You
She
should-
wouldn't have known.
I think that's our time.
That's it.
Oh, brilliant.
Last question.
Make it a long one.
What's the ultimate question? How many biscuits do you think you took in over the course of the show?
So many.
I was doing another show as well, Piglets, quite soon with that. Who also he eats a lot of stuff and chocolate biscuits and
Wow.
roast chickens and. So
Are you complaining about that?
yeah, a little bit.
Oh my God.
So after a while, you do a bit of bucket spitting, obviously between takes, but after a while, it really the effect. One day, I think I had a mild urinary affection, based on eating too many sweets.
Well, when you eat the cocoa powder,
Yeah, all that.
that
Yeah,
hilarious.
full mouthful.
Hilarious.
I mean, hilarious, but unpleasant, I assume.
yeah.
But thanks for telling us all about your urinary.
It got better very
not
quickly.
TMI at all.
It got better very quickly.
Did it?
Yeah, I
The
just
biscuits healed it.
lots of water.
Right.
Penicillin.
No, it was just a mild
Enough.
urethral.
Yeah, no, I knew where this was going. It's going to.
But I think it's
Oh,
because
gonna
of
get
crisps
cloggy.
and chocolate biscuits.
Yeah.
Too
There we
many.
go.
Bad diet.
Yeah.
For comedy, well done. Though.
Yeah.
You're a Trojan. Honestly, that you're a warrior
Thanks.
with the things you're prepared
Cheers.
to do. Eat biscuits.
Choco Leibniz. Other biscuits
Yeah,
are
it was
available.
the best biscuits.
The best ones,
Best
what, when
one.
you kind of take the chocolate top off?
Yes.
You have to bite round it. Yes. And then
Yeah.
save that little square for
Well,
the...
as he says in the show, don't you make a noise? No, you let the chocolate melt.
Yes.
And then
Let it soak.
There.
Yeah.
A lot of thought has gone into it.
Oh, well, to end on this note of the urine infection,
Yeah.
guys, we love this show so much.
bless you.
I'm
Lovely
so
to
excited
chat
for
to you.
other people to see it too.
Good.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think it's
thank you.
You're
absolutely
very
brilliant.
kind.
This has been
Thank
like
you.
a highlight. This is like
Yeah,
one of
real
our
treat.
bucket list things. So
Hooray.
thank you for chatting
Oh,
to
bless
us.
you. Thank you.
Hooray.
Lovely to meet you.
Yeah, you
Thank
too.
you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Yes,
much.
you too.